Today on our show,
DC trailers from Hall H.
That's right, Comic-Con trailers from the DC universe coming right at you, and our opinion of said trailers today on Fat Man on Batman. Hey man, welcome to Fat Man on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
We just got back from the San Diego Comic-Con. I was there to do a bunch of things, including interview people from IMDb. Marc was there for a bunch of things, including, did the LA Times send you down?
The LA Times sent me down.
Marc is fucking big wig.
I was doing shit.
He was working and stuff like that. But you wouldn't be San Diego without new trailers coming out. This year, San Diego Comic-Con came down to Marvel vs. DC in Hall H, and we were all winners. You know what I'm saying? Because each one of them was like, my dick's big, my dick's big.
My dick has lasers.
Oh, my dick has ego, the living planet. It was fantastic. They really pulled out all the stops, man. The DC versus Marvel war benefits those of us that want to see trailers well in advance. That's the only reason we got to see Justice League fucking like a year and a half out.
Yeah, totally.
Is because they're like, let's show them how much, never mind just the tip, all neck and balls. And then Marvel closed at the end of the day. Well, I was after them, but whatever. Marvel closed in Hall H of the two big movie universes with a gigantic fucking presentation, which we'll talk about in the next episode. This episode is all about the DC Universe movie trailers, and let us start with the obvious, of course. The big surprise was Justice League. Marc, we knew that they'd probably bring in the cast from England, and they would all Queen's wave, as they did back in the day. I don't know why nobody thought that they'd bring footage. They showed those journalists not too long ago.
Yeah.
So we thought maybe you'd see a scene like the scene of Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen we read about. Who knew they'd flat out pull together
a fucking trailer.
A legit trailer, man. Yeah. Thoughts on the trailer?
I love that it was fun.
Yeah.
I love that it was funny. I love that they let Ben be funny. Because the last movie, not so much with the funny.
Yeah, very
not
much
so much with the funny. And I liked Ezra Miller more than I thought I would. I mean, he's never going to be my Grant Gustin. No, there's no replacing Grant in my heart.
I'm with you on that.
But, I mean, he's so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
They picked a portrayal to go with a Flash where you're like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It felt kind of like, you've got a Flash on TV. Why are you doing this? But, you know, he made him a bit different, and it seems like he's going to be our, like, way in for laughs on Justice League. It seems lighter, but this is what I'll say. That opening is phenomenal. Like, that opening with Aquaman, Bruce Wayne looking for
There's a man who comes in on the king tide.
There's a man who comes to this village and brings fish, you know, for the hungry. Everything, he comes on the king tide. That was last night. But everything he says about Arthur Curry is heroic.
Yes.
Like something that was missing in those last two movies. Neither of them were particularly heroic.
No, nobody's a hero in those movies.
No, but in this movie, at least in the trailer, right away, what he's describing are acts of superheroism. So I'm like, instantly I'm like, yes, this is familiar terrain. It's not about motherfuckers disliking each other and like, I gotta stop him. He's doing a narrative about this guy who, for no good reason, comes to this village and brings them food when they're hungry and shit like that. And it's weird because he's like, he brings them fish. He's from Aquatic Jesus. That fucking shot, man. Yeah. Oh my God. Beautifully painted with a sea just fucking swallowing him up and shit like that. But he brings them fish. This is the thing that I was weirded out about. So he's the king he talks to fish, the king of the seas. Don't you think that's fucked up?
Eat my friends.
Yes.
All of my friends.
That'd be like you bringing humans to like something that ate humans.
And so he's got to listen to all the sounds of the fish dying as the village
is... King, you piece of shit!
I thought you loved us.
Under the sea! That was the only thing. I thought that was a little weird. But I love that sequence so much. Like him going, listing, he comes to this village, and it's this really fucking well done. Like that, right away they set the tone right. Because you're like, yes, it's about people who put other people before themselves.
And then the little dig at the end where it's like, your name is Arthur Curry. I hear you talk to fish. I'm like, yes, he talks to fucking fish.
Yes, all of us in the audience like, he better talk to fish. He better be like, boo, 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 and a shark better eat some fucker, man. That's what I'm looking for in the next movie. Aquaman, Bruce Wayne meets Arthur Curry right there. That dude's big too, man.
And Santa Claus in the background.
Yeah, look at that. Just throwing in for good measure. Like, this isn't good enough, Christmas. What else is in that trailer? We get our first good look at Cyborg. As spoken about, Ezra Miller's Flash is fun.
Yeah.
His suit is very PC. There's more like the Injustice Gods Amongst Us.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard plastic going on
Totally.
in this trailer.
Look at it. That's a nice view of the suit right there.
It looks like a Transformer.
A little bit,
bit.
yeah. I prefer the one that we see on TV every week, but
What are you gonna
beggars can't be choosers, heavens.
No.
And look, it looks like they listened a great deal to the audience because this movie seems, at least as it plays in this trailer piece from Comic-Con, the movie that we were all hoping Batman v Superman was. They seem to like each other, and there's a sense of humor, more or less.
more
or less. He said no. He said no.
Like, it definitely felt like between this and Wonder Woman, course correction.
Yeah.
Like, that was sort of the narrative that I pulled out of sitting there with the DC stuff, was that they kind of understood that the audience wanted something different. They understood that we wanted more. They understood we wanted our heroes to be heroic, our legends to be legendary. And so they just sort of shifted a little bit.
Now, what else does it play in the trailer? We don't see a hint of the villain yet, although we know it's Steppenwolf. We see them burying a mother box in old-timey days or something like that. What else do we see? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
We
don't see any Superman, even though...
Yes, we don't see Superman, but he's got to be a part of this.
I mean, they brought him out on stage for the
Did
panel.
they? Henry was there?
Uh-huh.
He's like, I'm still here. They didn't kill me yet. It's not Ben's movie yet. They're like, you don't talk like that. He's got a posh accent.
Did you see that he crashed the Suicide Squad signing on the floor?
Henry Cavill did?
Yeah. He was wearing a V for Vendetta mask, and so he gets up there to get autographs from everybody. They didn't know who he was until the very end. He just pops it, and it's like, it's fucking Superman!
And when he lifted the mask, they're like, who are you? And he was like, I'm Superman.
I'm your Superman.
I'm Superman. He just walked away crying and shit.
I'm your Man of Steel.
Let's see, what else I like about that trailer. More Wonder Woman. That's always a fine thing. We got a lot of Wonder Woman because they gave us a whole Wonder Woman trailer, which we'll get to in a sec. Look at that shit, dude. More and more of that. Fucking A, man. That's fucking... Who knew? Look, I always liked Wonder Woman. I didn't know how much I liked Wonder Woman until they start putting her in movies and beating the fuck out of people. Like, more of this. More of that. Who else? No Lex Luthor in the trailer.
No.
Seems like the plot is Batman's getting the band back together, although they've never been together before. How do you feel about that? Of all the characters that should be bringing people together, and also, here's something I object to, too. Like, Bruce Wayne shows up in your house. You're the Flash. He's like Barry Allen, Bruce Wayne. And he's like, you say that like it explains why a total stranger is sitting in my second favorite chair. How is Bruce Wayne not insanely well known in this world? Remember Clark Kent and BBS was like, who's that? And they're like, that's Bruce Wayne, dick.
Yeah, you're a reporter and that's the richest guy in 100,000 square miles. I don't know who that is.
Same thing here. It's like Bruce Wayne goes to a fishing village, even a poor fishing village in fucking Nova Scotia or wherever it is and shit. People are going to be like, oh, you're Bruce Wayne. I've seen you in the newspapers and
I see you pushing Turkish Airlines all the time.
Yeah, in our world, you're always fucking selling for Turkish Airlines. So that's a minor quibble, but I don't know that I would have made him the guy who brings them together. He's the dude you got to bring in last because he's like, I don't need help.
I mean, I see the two ways. I see the Bruce Wayne as a dude with information, so he's the guy who knows where everybody is, but then you want him to be, the last key and the last piece of the puzzle.
But at the same time, it's also tying into that last movie where it's like, I failed him in life. Yeah. I won't fail him in death. Also, I'll be the one bringing everyone together.
I'm super psychic now because apparently I see the future for reasons never actually explained or made clear.
I believe there's a war coming. I believe I need to put together a team. I believe last movie wasn't as well accepted as we hoped.
I believe it's time for Funzo Batman.
Yeah, I believe it's time to have a good time. So he cracks a joke at the end, kind of, right?
Did you get the same feeling that I got, that the Bruce Wayne, Barry Allen scene wasn't quite as poppy as the Iron Man, Spider-Man scene, where Tony Stark goes to Queens to recruit a young geek in his weird lair and
put up a two-shot. Because I didn't even see that. You're absolutely right, dude.
It's kind of the same fucking scene.
But Mark,
Yeah.
if you're gonna borrow from shit that we all like and have already fucking approved. You're right. I guess there's an older figure and a newer guy.
Who doesn't know that the old guy knows who he is, and
Would Bruce pay for the suit?
unclear. He probably
If
could
he does, then it's really like Iron Man and Spider-Man. I don't fault it. I hadn't seen that. Good point. Fucking good poll. That's what you get, a writer with Marc Bernardin. But I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean,
just to hear him say Barry Allen, Bruce Wayne. Just to hear fucking Ben Affleck go, Arthur Curry. Just throw those fucking names around. Like, please, that fucking makes me feel good.
And at least he's not like on a computer pressing little mouse buttons.
Yeah, they can't undo
logos.
that.
No, not so much.
Can't undo that part. But yeah, I think this is about him making up for. It's the other thing I didn't like. You know, he's like, I believe there's something coming. I believe. And then when he gets to Flash, he's just like, you know, stop. I'm in. And they show like fucking Bruce Wayne going, really? Like a kid. I understand, like, you know, he's probably been shot down by Arthur Curry and whatever the fuck. But I'm gonna be like, really? It was just.
Yeah.
Batman wouldn't do that. But whatever. There's some tiny quibbles in what otherwise looks like a righted course for the DC Universe Batman / Superman franchise with all the DC characters.
Yeah. Maybe Zack Snyder's found his level.
Look, Zack Snyder can have. I mean, here's the thing. I saw that trailer. I was like, fuck yeah, take all my money. Said the same thing after the first BVS trailer as well. But that being said, like Zack does in this trailer what he does so amazingly well, paints a frame. That fucking shot of Aquaman getting hit by the fucking ocean is gorgeous. It is like fucking stunning, man.
He's
like
a
that's
shooter.
goddamn, he is a shooter, man. Like that's fucking beautiful right there. That made me so happy seeing that. I'm like, fuck, and I never would have thought of that. I would have done a dick move like him diving into the ocean or something. Look at it, I don't even know what's going on, but that's fucking badass. It tells a story, man. So it looks like we're getting a lot more of that. Snyder painting those beautiful panels, but also with like character stuff that feels closer to the heroes we know.
Right. I never thought you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
Yeah. And a bat. Fuck. That was awesome. All right. So I was happy with that trailer, and also very fucking surprised that they brought it.
Yeah,
Man. That's
totally.
like showing a lot. That's not just showing just the tip. That's showing straight down to the balls like a year and a half in advance. And I think it was a smart play, man, because I like looking at that dick. I'm a dick looker, and I like the dick they showed us. Speaking of another dick, let's talk about Wonder Woman's giant fucking dick that they unfurled for us in Hall H. I'll say it right here. Like, I was always on board for this movie because, you know, fucking, I'll see every comic book movie. And Wonder Woman, hey, it's about time. Now I want to see this movie. Now I'm not dutifully going because, yay, comic books. Holy the fuck, dude. Everything that I was, like, fucking on the fence about, I'm off the fence. I used to be like, World War I? Why would you do World War II? And then you see the trenches of World War I, and motherfuckers are bayoneting each other, and she climbs up that ladder, dude. One of the greatest shots I've ever seen. There it is in my life, is that fucking shot of her in the middle of the battlefield, clutching the fucking shield in front of her with the bent knees while armaments are flying at her and shit. And she's like, dun, 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 dun.
Swatting away mortar fire. Just,
come on. Fuck. That was tremendous. And so much like, she got a shield, so I should be like, hey, Captain America, but I don't fucking think of that at all. I'm like, look at her fucking go. The golden lariat, magic lasso,
fucking A.
Lights the fuck up like Christmas, like chili lights, you know, in a fucking hipster's living room. Oh my God. Look at that shit, man. They're getting it right. Who's the directress? Patty Jenkins?
Patty Jenkins.
Fuck, man. She did Monster?
Yeah.
Take all my money, Patty Jenkins. You my goddess now. Dude, I had no fucking clue that they could make a really interesting fucking Wonder Woman movie in World War I. The character was born in World War II, if I remember correctly, wasn't he? Wasn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
In the history of comics? Had to be. That was when World War II.
But if they're
was
giving her
going
the 100 years, then yeah, that would set her back to World War I.
Fuck, dude, I can't wait, man. That fucking, all of the action shots, her like in that room of like 6-8 soldiers, and she slides on the fucking shield. Oh, it was so awesome. Look at that shit right there, man. That's fucking dope. And I love that she's doing it in the outfit. I was waiting for some people on the internet to be like, come on, she can't wear fucking pants. That's what's cool about it. It's like all those fuckers on the battlefield are covered in head to toe with these long fucking coats and armored to death. And she fucking climbs that ladder and skin in her fucking outfit, her armor and shit, and just starts da-da-da-da, da-da. Oh, dude, I watched that trailer probably 20 times just for that fucking moment and shit, where she's just like bearing down and taking the fucking guns and shit. This movie's my jam, dude. I had no idea. I fucking shit. Look, Here's the story. I showed my wife the Justice League trailer. She's like, whatever. I showed her the Doctor Strange trailer. She's like, whatever. I showed her Wonder Woman. She's like, we're going to see that.
I'm here for Wonder Woman.
And I was like, fuck it. Fuck you. I'm going to see it regardless. I was always in the bag for this. You're a fucking carpetbagger, I said. And then she's like, fine, I won't say it. I was like, don't do that. And then we fought and she goes,
where we're going to go?
Yeah, who I go with? This movie looks fucking tremendous, man.
I can't wait. It was the story of the con for me.
Was it? I'm glad
really
that
was.
other people were so do you think we were all just not expecting it to be?
I mean, I think we all
Should have
hoped.
been Justice League, man. Honestly, like they fucking literally showed us Justice League, so that should have been the buzz. But like what I've been talking about the most is fucking Wonder Woman. I mean, she's in one Justice League, so that counts. But this Wonder Woman movie looks fucking awesome, and they beat fucking Marvel to the solo girl hero punch.
Yeah, the one thing.
The one thing they could step up for us and be like, we did it. Meanwhile, Marvel announced Captain Marvel, Brie Larson and stuff, but now they're just in that area of female lead. They're playing a little bit of catch up at this point.
Yeah.
Hats off to that fucking Wonder Woman trailer.
Fucking
man.
well done.
Yeah, really fucking well done. A big bad way. Now I want to see that movie for the movie itself, not just because I'm a dutiful comic book fan. Let's talk Suicide Squad. They showed us new footage, but nothing really. New trailer, and all of these Suicide Squad, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. All these Suicide Squad trailers have been epic works of a standalone art. They're just wonderful. Every one of those trailers you could sit there and watch like a music video and shit like that. So this trailer was no different. They used a lot of music from the soundtrack, that Heathen song and stuff like that. They showed some new footage, but generally...
It was so blurred in there. It was just like this orgy of sound and vision.
Have you heard what that movie's supposed to open at?
125 million they're tracking at now.
That's now. That's before the Comic-Con weekend bump where they released a bunch of new footage and shit like that. And now they're inundating, like there are commercials everywhere.
Oh, yeah. And they're going to do the prestige. Like Will Smith is going to go and do what Will Smith does, which is sell you on whatever Will Smith is in.
You think they can get up to 150?
It's possible.
125 is fucking massive. Like
is that bigger
than fucking, what did Batman v Superman open domestically?
136, I think.
Could you imagine if it got up there or even beat it in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah.
People would talk. But man, it deserves it because it's got people excited. There are people who don't even know comic books can't wait to see this movie.
Yeah. It's been a soft summer, too. So, like, it's fertile ground.
They can end strong. It could bookend the summer with Civil War and then Suicide Squad.
Boom.
Okay, so that looked cool. Let's talk about The Flash, Season 3.
On the tellies.
Trailer on the television, the DCW, if you will. DC Universe is expanding all over fucking CW. Now they've got Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl.
Yes.
So, boy, they've got tons and tons of stuff. They almost have a whole comic book store on every week. Like, all they need is one more day, and they would have 5 days a week. Could you imagine? Dude, this is shit we dreamed about when we were kids. Like, why won't they have a fucking 5 comic book show network? Now they do.
It's
fucking CW.
Wall to wall.
This trailer for Flash Season 3 was beautiful. Like, emotional, takes you right, like, it brings you back to the closing premise of Season 2 where Barry stops the Reverse Flash from killing his mom, spoilers, which sets up, as everyone's been going, Flashpoint! And what we learned, not so much from the trailer, but look at that shit. There's his parents together. And she calls him, there's my beautiful boy, and they're alive and together. He hasn't seen this since he was a boy. Dude, that made me fucking well up while I was watching the trailer. That made me so emotional. I was like, he's going to see his parents. Together, shit like that. It's a beautiful thing. So, but we all know Flashpoint's not a beautiful thing. At the end of the day, it fucking destroys things. But here's what we didn't know, and we found out from being on the IMDb boat. I was talking to those cats about Flash, and I was like, Flashpoint. And Flashpoint is episode 1, and then for the rest of the season, it's repercussions. So it's not a full season of Flashpoint like people were they're going to do Thomas Wayne. No, I think they're doing this one episode, and then it's dealing like with the reverberations throughout. Whatever it is, sounds badass, man. But I'm in the bag for this in a big bad way. We all know how much I fucking love The Flash, and I go back to shoot episode 7 first week in September. Dr. Alchemy, it would seem like, is our big bad this season, which is really fucking cool. Look at that shit. I mean, it would seem they literally wrote it on a mirror or something for us to read. What else did they show us? Wally in the Flash costume.
Kid Flash.
That's Kid Flash. Now, I don't know if that's... I guess that would be... There he is. I guess that'd be alternate world Flash. That wouldn't be in our world. But look at those glass buildings. That's fucking Vancouver. I know that much.
That's the van.
That's definitely the van. Man, oh man, this trailer looks fantastic. The whole season looks great. I can't wait. I'm ready in for this in a big bad way. But that trailer was so well put together and so emotional.
And just a bit where you see Joe not know who Barry is. Like, why do you keep following me around like you're my friend? I don't know who the hell you
Iris,
are.
dude, I almost cried when Iris was just like, "Do we know each other?"
Yeah, do we have a?
And then later on, she's like, "We're something in your world, aren't we?" Like, ah!
And then later on, they're macking like fucking pros.
Oh my god! I just get glassy just talking about. I cannot wait to watch the fucking first 2-3 episodes this season. I can't wait to watch them all. But it's like, bring them fast. It was September. It's right around the corner.
October.
That's when they debut?
Yeah, early October.
What the fuck, man? No. I'll wait, dude. I'll wait a lifetime to watch some fucking.
Well, they got to steer clear of Luke Cage.
Is that what it is?
Drops September 30.
Yeah, but that's a binger. You watch that all at once.
Yeah, but that's why they're waiting until October. Just give it a little bit, a little space.
Luke Cage, we're going to talk about on the next episode. We do all the Marvel stuff. Is that all we got for the DC stuff?
That's all we got for the DC stuff.
I mean, there were Arrow trailers. There were Legends of Tomorrow trailers. And in Legends of Tomorrow next season, they're doing the Legion of Doom.
Which,
Come on,
fuck
dude.
yes.
If they do the base that looks like the Darth Vader's head. I mean, look, Berlanti already owns my allegiance and soul, but they fucking take it that far. Oh my god! Like,
Forget it.
you can take
Forget it.
Take my firstborn kid. She's 17. I don't give a shit. Take her, man. You earn it for doing Legion of Doom. And
You're a good worker.
So much more. I watched the Gotham trailer for the next season too. Well, you and I have to jump back into Gotham.
Do we?
Like that, Mr. Freeze. Don't say it like it's a punishment, Mark. You're like, do we?
Do we though?
It's not like eating beans or liver. They showed a lot of cool shit in the trailer with Mr. Freeze and Riddler going Riddler-ish, and then like Fish Mooney came back. But whatever. Like there's good. It looks like there's good times to be had in Gotham. I'm telling you, we got to try it this season. Everyone was telling us last season, like you guys jumped off too soon. Fucking Freeze. They're doing Court of Owls in this next season.
But
And it
they
looks
did
like
last season,
Azrael.
didn't they?
I think they're doing it deeper. and stuff.
More? Like,
Yeah.
how many Court of Owls do we need? Night Court of Owls?
With Bull. I'm here for you, Batman.
Hey, Mac.
There it is, folks. That was San Diego. The San Diego that was 2016. We watched a whole bunch of trailers afterward. You didn't even have to go to San Diego for these trailers.
No.
Like, they put them up online that
immediately.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers was like, take it all.
Fuck it.
Marvel was a bit more cagey with theirs.
Like, this is how it
They
is.
put some out, but they kept others for themselves, and we'll talk about that on the next episode of Fat Man on Batman. Until then, man, I've been Kevin Smith.
I've been Marc Bernardin.
And come back next time. Same fat time, same fat channel. Smodcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, click that thing below that says subscribe. Every time you click that, you save a baby kitten from murder.